Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Yeah.
From like T1 that has its own vintage to it.
Sure. And I think Rogue as well. I mean, Rogue, a team which I hope can really leverage off of, you know, a resurging Larson. Well, that could be interesting here at level 1.
Face checking against the Nautilus is good for Execute and Patrick. Small trade from Han Summer, but that Q connecting as well means Patrick and Execute.
Yeah,
looks good though.
Yeah, and I think that we've seen it from every team. The other hook lands. There's a lot landed from Execute.
There is, and Ignite committed as well. This might be a little bit more. Execute has his flash available, and
LeBron that Skewmont path away from bot lane to go towards the top side. And we see Cap's still on level 6. He's playing onto the weak side of the map. Spots out Malrang. Not looking for a play, but gets information for his team. Was wondering if there's something to be done there. Was moving with a bit of intent.
And just on a ward, I mean, Dragon's going to be spotted, and straight to the grubs goes Skewmont in 20 seconds as they spawn. Cap's also with level 6. I mean, we already talked about the globality. Is that a word?
It is now. It's a neologism, inventing a new word.
The globality of this comp. it sounds like such a, you know, powerful
you know,
world.
the globular nature of
yeah, that was a big pull.
I swear you just never stop seeing you grubs being traded for Dragon across the map. There's a lot of interesting conversations about whether you should trade grubs for Dragon, which side is the best right now. I think in week 1, Rogue found that them getting grubs wasn't working. They went towards stacking dragons. That hasn't completely been clean for them either, but it has been slightly more successful.
And there's no forced movements. Caps is looking for something. There's an ulti. It's nice from Larson. The flash away from Caps means he's in trouble. Larson matches it into Caps. The ulti's going to be popped, but there he gets pulled off a little bit early. Skewmont comes flying in as well. The Pantheon with good momentum to chase the True Shot Barrage. Only going to tag a bit. Here's Malrung with the ulti, but it's a little late, and it's against a statue. Rogue
got about a
minute 30-ish to go.
Might have an angle onto him here.
Might indeed, because Caps has no flash. Permafrost with Larson able to hit and free hit would be good, but Skewmont in the way. This turns into a 2v2 where for Skewmont, as he's flashed on by Malrung, he still has the damage. Malrung looks too ambitiously and stares death in the eye. Skewmont with first blood as Adam made the roam up and gets one for himself. The hero of Rogue on the board.
Not sure he took the damage from the Sejuani passive, but whatever, bit of a much for much.
Adam's coming in though, sneaky. Lebrov, he's going to be ultied out. He gets interrupted as well with the quickness versus depth charge. Going to give him enough distance. Execute has minions in the way, and an ulti committed, but Adam is going for the, I'm going to call it Cho'Gath build.
Oh, the super speed?
Yeah, we're going super speed, like, you know, versus the Avengers. Who's the one in Marvel who can... Who's got super speed? Like, who's...
Quicksilver, I guess.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is the Flash not Marvel?
No, that's the other one.
Oh, no, the other one. We don't even say DC. No. They don't have a game. They probably did, but we just didn't play it.
Yeah, they had a movie about Flash, and it was... that's like the fail Flash over the wall. That's how I'll describe it.
Oh, good. Oh, Grub's going to go down. The trade is 3 for 3, and Skewmont is just going to get a dragon, so we're going to have an even trade across the board. There's no real gold lead in this game, but what there is a Fed Pantheon versus Larson in a pretty good position. That's what I'll say, because again, this is here, as we already talked about, keeping up with the Taliyah, and I think this is one of the few lanes we've seen where Taliyah's not coming out of 15 minutes with the lead.
Especially in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
In Europe, I think that Taliyah has been such a crutch pick when I think of even mid laners which were struggling a little bit. Taliyah has been a good, comfortable pick for them.
In the river. Just going to be taken up by G2's top laner while Rogue are focusing on the Herald for now.
Vision.
Caps is indeed. He gets shuffled back and caught out. Caps dead. Shut down over to Malrang. Teleport going to be burned towards top. Adam comes in, but G2 have lost their mid laner.
Larson's on really good form in the first 15 minutes, really punishing G2. Now 3 versus 3 in the mid lane. It's not like G2 can get that much else. I'm kind of the Dragon anyway here. BB gets alone time on turret though. So despite the kill going over towards Rogue, BB's getting a lot of value.
He really is. And again, I mean, this Galio, when you have double somewhat. But remember, G2 are going to be Dragon stacking here in this game after the Cloud. 2 more to go versus this Herald to see if Rogue can get any more pressure and open up the map a bit.
I have to say, that last series of play where Caps is caught, kind of surprised G2 didn't respect that more. They were aware their vision was on the bot side of the map. Top side, dude, we already had a bit of an issue with Syzygy back when we had that. Skewmont jumped onto. Not starting the fight just yet. Herald summon in mid lane, looking to break open the map. Of course, Rogue no real pressure in this mid lane just yet.
There's no Syzygy with this play, actually. Skewmont's caught out, but he buys some time, gets a stun down. The hero's entrance is good, and I was going to say that, but Skewmont survived so much longer than I thought. Rogue couldn't get the damage committed, and they're probably just not at the point yet. Larson sped up by the Auroras. LeBron sets up with the quickness and the all-in. It's perfectly done. Skewmont again just refuses to say die. Broken Blade has to flash out in the end, but he's okay. A Permafrost followed by Rogue's Malrung, but G2 have won the play, and they've won it off the back of singular members.
Wonderful engage there from G2. That's going to stop any kind of gain that happened with that Herald there. In fact, Rogue are going to lose their own mid lane turret, and G2 now have every single outer turret.
They're hoping for, I guess they're hoping because Larson has 2 items.
Patrick also just getting the transformation now. More about it. That's a good power spike. Of course, caught out very early in that last play. Rogue quickly taking the dragon down.
Well, Skewmon is going to face check this. Going for a 50-50 is like where we start. XQ tries to get in the way, but G2 do not. They leave it as 2 for 2 dragons in the game, as G2 also have the inside track towards mid.
Potentially a threat by G2. If they can seal off Rogue from going through that tri-rush, which they can definitely do with the Talia, that's a bit of a problem for Rogue.
They're all down here and on a ward. They know that it's started and that G2 are committing. Adam's going to be in first, but the face checking needs to be done by Execute and Malrang. Hans Sama is out of the blue, and they're just going to leave Atakan for now. G2 looking to draw in Rogue a little bit closer.
Broken Blade on the flank will be spotted. Oh, here comes Pantheon.
He just rolls on in, onto Adam, onto Larson. Who do you want? He finds a mid laner, and with the Hero's Entrance as well, Broken Blade zones out the whole fight. Execute doesn't get a chance. Shield of Durand, a false turret behind them, but gives no inspiration to Patrick. He drops like a fly as Lebrov is the opposite answer. 2 for 1, bot laners get it hard.
Oh, it's a superhero landing from Skewmon, really helped out by the Galio. Splits the team fight wonderfully, and Rogue can't contest this Atakan now. Larson would have to teleport back in, but he hasn't managed to recall in time. Broken Blade holding the door shut. G2, good objective.
I mean, Broken Blade won't die to these two. It'll take a long time. He just as punches away. Good zoning from Caps in the meantime as well. Skewmon's low, but they don't know that yet. Rogue are unaware, and with Tri-Brush control just lost as well. Skewmon, okay, now they spot him out, but the Smite's going to come down, and GA acquired. G2 with another big back play.
I love this kind of punishes you for not having information.
Very true.
G2, very clean game, and here come the ultimates.
Yeah, Larson, who was once killing, is now going to be frilling because he's up against a turret with no hope. The full dive comes online, and this is what G2's comp was built for. You say Ed2. I say G2 are still cleaning house.
For safe as well. Malorang's even trying to split push in the mid lane, because what else can he do? He can maybe head over towards the Baron, but without the Azir, you can't really fight. You're looking for a steal at best.
Broken Blade's going to zone. Malrang gets nowhere near it. That level 13. It's a level and a half down, and you just see how hard it is for Jungle to play the game. Shield of Duran is going to be a 1, only 1, but for Broken Blade at half HP, he's taken next to no damage. He's bought time. Execute with the depth charge, but Baron now down. Remember, they still have GA for a little bit, and it's going to be used out. 1 GA down, 200 gold for the cost of Baron. Not bad.
And of course, with the
just like roll over and die. I also think there's games where Rogue never say die. I'm not going to say that this game is done until G2 run it home, even though G2 are a top 2 team.
Hey, let's see if they can get into 37 minutes again. They do get themselves G2, the extra chem tech.
I thought it
was going to be Sejuani meant to be on the other side.
Sejuani is Pumba, for sure. I don't know what Execute is. Wrong game, wrong movie franchise, just doesn't belong there. Dead for a 3rd time in this game as bot turret is going to open up with that pick as well, and here's a Pantheon ult rolling through. Skewmon going to zone off and make sure Piggy goes nowhere. Pumba needs to start singing now. Skewmon blocking some damage from Patrick is nice, but it's all for the turret. Send him away with Cap's ult to use well as Lebrov. A good dodge as well, because the turret was going to kill it with that Trisha barrage.
G2 pushing him very heavily, of course. Breaking
after playing a couple of days of solo queue, trust me.
Okay, Baron is now up and available. Rogue managed to push outside of their base. G2 maybe looking for a chance to pounce. Caps recalling, Dragon being taken would be Soul, and then Talia will look to teleport topside.
Well, I mean, Baron's not going down quick enough, so for Rogue, this could be so dangerous. Soul gone, Hansama might not be in, but he's going to be chasing down. Here's everyone jumping in. Pantheon Olden, Baron exposed and stolen! In front of Skewmon, Malrang stands no chance. A spear over the wall as well. Through the heart of Rogue, they run, but how far?
Well, we'll see. Caps doesn't have the wall anymore, but wants to put down that E. Does get hooked onto it.
And here comes the Hero's Entrance as well. Broken Blade, you're very much a hero here as Larson tried to separate the pack, but G2 are going to chase him down. Caps is looking for yet another as he wants his first kill of the game, rather, and Broken Blade going to chase down the remnants. That is Adam. This game in the 2 hard basket. And with longer death time as a base, it's going to be tatters, if not destroyed completely.
It has felt so anti-fun for Rogue to play this game.
Yeah.
G2 have had a stranglehold, and they have not allowed Rogue vision, they have not allowed them team fights, they have not even allowed them the few objectives that they've really headed towards. G2, very clean, very dominant.
On to the Nexus turrets. I mean, Malrang's up in a second, Patrick up in 15. They're going to try anyway, and G2 have the the soul, so it might help with the low health bars as Adams' ulti did nothing, and Malrang, as he steps up to defend, might be trying to do a little bit more than something as G2 run away. They're not going to take this full 5-on-5 that's soon going to become as True Shot Barrage comes through, and too low on the mana as well.
14k up.
We had the Genji Hummer life game that was like that as Larson, he's going to get away, but Cap's
I don't know if he is.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance, is there? He can do it himself. Skewmon tries to get involved, and with a 4 versus 5 now, Skewmon is now against the wall. Rogue might have an angle, but what angle is there? He's buying so much time. There's a hero's entrance. Skewmon is still alive. In goes Broken Blade, and yeah, Skewmon's going to die. They keep it a little bit competitive, but how do you kill Broken Blade as flying in to save the day is Hans Sama, and we're back to square one. Take a couple of kills to pad the stats. Hans Sama, he's going to end 4 kills up, open Nexus, and at 35 minutes, G2 make that slow burn, simmer out.
If you're a G2 coach, that is exactly what you want to see. That is textbook way to play that composition.